And we believe that stopping the war will bring the hostage back. A hostage deal will bring an end for the war. But we would like to see this is happening without any further excuses. Now, this is the dilemma that we've been in, and unfortunately, this has been misused by a lot of countries that in order to get a ceasefire, it's conditional to have the hostage deal. It shouldn't be conditional. What's conditional is the humanitarian catastrophe over there in Gaza. The time is not in our favor. We made some good progress in the last few weeks in the negotiations, and we've been trying to reach an agreement between the two parties, yet the last few days has not been progressing as expected, and I believe there are still differences in place.
With the Prime Minister of Qatar yesterday. It was a good discussion. I think he's doing major efforts. He's taken major efforts and devoting enormous focus on this issue. It's complicated, it's difficult. One has to make sure that we know whether there is anybody who takes decisions on the other side. After all, you're dealing with people who are being hidden and scattered all around Gaza, mostly in the tunnels. Now, if you look at it, what happened was that way beyond the war that Hamas waged on us, it's clear that an empire of evil emanating from Tehran is doing whatever it can to derail the process of normalization with Israel. It has its forks from north and south, from Lebanon and Iraq and Yemen, of course, and Gaza. It's spending billions of dollars simply to derail the stability of our region, creating havoc and pain and so much tragedy to the peoples in the region. That is why moving on with Saudi will clearly be a victory over what Hamas did.
We've communicated both to the Israelis and to our partners that it constitutes a red line, that the issue of displacement, which is a violation of international humanitarian law, whether it's internal or external, cannot be tolerated. Its consequences and the threat that it poses to Egypt's national security are immense. It puts a strain on our bilateral relations with Israel, and we need to avoid the very tragic consequences on the civilians of Gaza, who are now amassed 1.3, 1.4 million in the most densely populated area in the world. You can imagine that any extensive military action there will have a devastating effect on the humanitarian situation.